Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking something kind of mind-blowing. We're looking at the strategic guide for the leadership of the Director of the Division of Administration, or DAD as it's known, at the International Atomic Energy Agency. You know, when most of us think about the IAEA, we immediately picture nuclear inspectors, advanced laboratories, and high-stakes international diplomacy. But today, we're exploring the high-stakes world of the administration that actually makes all of that possible.
I mean, just think about this for a second. How exactly do you run human resources for a team of global nuclear inspectors? It's a wild thought, right? Let's dive into this because what we're looking at here is an administrative leadership role at the D2 level, where standard corporate rules literally do not apply. This is all about building the infrastructure for an organization that safeguards the future of humanity. To really understand how this works, we're going to break down the IAEA into 6 key pillars. 1. The world's nuclear watchdog. 2. Recruiting specialized nuclear talent. 3. Financing global security. 4. Securing sensitive digital data. 5. Facilities and operations. And finally, 6. The hidden administrative backbone. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The world's nuclear watchdog, a mandate like no other.
So, the IAEA was established back in 1957 after the famous Atoms for Peace initiative. And it occupies this totally irreplaceable position in global governance with a unique dual mandate. It polices nuclear nonproliferation, and it promotes peaceful nuclear applications. That massive mission spans 178 member states. That is almost the entire globe. The administration division here isn't just supporting some local office. It's managing operations and incredibly sensitive inspections all over the world.
And to pull that off, the agency relies on a workforce of about 2,500 staff. But hey, these aren't your typical office workers. We are talking about highly specialized professionals, nuclear physicists, safeguards experts, engineers, coming together from over 100 different countries.
To keep this massive specialized operation running, the Director of Administration oversees a regular budget of roughly 416 million euros. Think about that for a second. That financial machinery is the absolute baseline required to keep global nuclear security operational year after year.
Now compare standard IT and facilities management, the kind of stuff you'd expect at a normal corporation, with the reality of the IAEA. We're talking safeguards, confidential cybersecurity, and highly specialized nuclear measurement laboratories. The contrast is huge. The director has to ensure the administrative infrastructure can support this extreme level of technical and security demand without a single failure.
Moving on to Section 2. Recruiting specialized nuclear talent, the ultimate HR challenge.
So how exactly do you build a workforce when your ideal candidate is, say, a specialized radiation protection specialist? The sheer scale of the competition here is intense. The IAEA is going head-to-head against high-paying national nuclear programs and wealthy commercial energy companies. To win them over, the HR strategy has to offer something money simply can't buy: the intellectual thrill of the work, and the profound satisfaction of directly contributing to global security.
But it gets even more complicated. Achieving diversity, equity, and inclusion is uniquely difficult in this context. The IAEA is absolutely committed to geographic and gender parity, but they're up against highly concentrated geographic pools of nuclear expertise, historical gender imbalances in these deeply technical fields, and, of course, strict security clearance bottlenecks. The director has to develop ambitious, yet totally realistic DEI strategies tailored to overcome these exact operational hurdles.
Okay, Section 3. Financing global security, navigating the budget. Managing hundreds of millions of euros isn't just basic accounting. It's practically a diplomatic tightrope. Balancing the regular budget and the Technical Cooperation Fund directly reflects highly politicized member state priorities. On one hand, you've got major contributors pushing for super strict budget discipline around non-proliferation safeguards. On the other hand, you have program recipient states heavily advocating for robust development assistance activities.
Because of these competing interests, the Director of Administration needs deep technical expertise in public finance. Absolutely. But they also need immense diplomatic skill. They have to navigate these politically sensitive budget discussions while maintaining the total confidence of the 35-member Board of Governors. Because if member states lose confidence in the admin management, the entire agency's mission is suddenly at risk.
Section 4. Securing sensitive digital data, IT governance.
To be completely clear, we are not talking about fixing jammed printers or resetting office passwords here. The IAEA deals with safeguards confidential information. This is highly sensitive data regarding member states' nuclear activities. A cyber breach wouldn't just be an IT headache, it could have massive, destabilizing implications for international security. The security architecture's access controls and incident response capabilities required go way, way beyond standard international norms. The director has to lead a digital transformation that innovates while maintaining an impenetrable fortress of cybersecurity.
Section 5. Facilities and operations. More than just office space.
Facilities management takes on a pretty daunting meaning when radioactive materials are in the mix. The IAEA's Vienna headquarters campus includes some of the most specialized facilities on the planet. We're talking about the Safeguards Analytical Laboratory, the Nuclear Material Laboratory, and the International Center for Environmental Radioactivity Assessment. Managing these extraordinary labs takes extreme technical sophistication to maintain analytical accuracy, especially since they conduct reference measurements on nuclear material samples collected by inspectors right out in the field.
And overseeing all of this means managing the host country agreement with Austria, all while ensuring that occupational radiation protection programs meet the IAEA's own incredibly stringent basic safety standards. Ultimately, the Director of Administration is responsible for the physical safety, health, and well-being of the staff working in these incredibly demanding and potentially hazardous environments.
Finally, Section 6. The hidden administrative backbone, pulling it all together.
This really brings us to the true weight of the D2 director's role, acting as the institutional architect. They aren't just a manager. They're the leader who actively designs and maintains the enabling infrastructure. Without this invisible, highly disciplined administrative management, the global non-proliferation regime simply cannot function. The inspectors can't inspect, the scientists can't research, and the diplomats can't negotiate. Let me share a really powerful quote directly from the Strategic Guide. The administrative excellence that DAD provides is the enabling foundation without which that mission cannot be fulfilled at the standard the world has a right to expect. The continuous improvement, modernization, and sheer efficiency of the IAEA's administration are literally tied to the safety and future of humanity.
So, what's the big takeaway from this explainer? Hopefully, it's a completely new perspective on international security. It's not just about the inspectors on the ground, it's about the massive, complex machines supporting them. Next time you hear on the news about global nuclear inspections or safety standards, will you think of the invisible administrative mastermind, the institutional architect, working behind the scenes to make it all possible? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep questioning what makes the world's most vital institutions actually tick.